Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Andrew Weens with the Trinity Family, and this is Up Not Out Education, where I give you the skills you need to lead yourself, to unite your team, and to inspire the next generation to life where they grow up but never out of their childhood. And we are in the midst of a field trip series where I'm going to give some simple practical tips that you can use as you sit down and think about summer, those nice warm days, and what activities you're going to take kids on to as your field trips this summer. So last week we talked about avoiding the big, popular, everybody goes kinds of attractions. This week I'm going to talk about, okay, well, what do we replace them with? What else is there? And I want to encourage you to intentionally think about places that have lots of space, lots of freedom, lots of things to see, but that aren't designed for field trips or crowds. So, examples. What exactly are you talking about? One of my favorite type of field trips is to our local state parks or regional parks or any of those kinds of places. They lend themselves so well to exploration, to memorability, to small group connection. You can go in small groups ahead of time and just allow kids to go and create their own adventure. One of my favorite locations is Interstate State Park up in Taylor's Falls, and we would take groups there summer after summer and just watch these kids create their own adventure with their leaders. It develops this team unity and this sense of independence where, look what I'm doing. We went on this hike today. You won't believe what we saw. We saw this deer, and we found poison ivy, and we knew what it was. Nobody touched it, but we saw it, and we identified it. Oh, it was so cool. Oh, you won't believe it. These little kindergartners are saying, we found these holes, and we put leaves in them, and we were stirring them with our sticks, and we made soup. They did it for 3, 4, 5 hours, and that's all they did, and they loved it, and their team worked together. And it was just this new, fresh place for them to play and explore and experience. And to me, those are the most beautiful kinds of field trips we can give kids. Another example, one of my favorite places to take kids, is the University of Minnesota. So much space there, so much to see, educational opportunities, there's museums, there's bowling, there's food, there's all kinds of things. And what I like to do is I like to just go and I like to just release these small groups of kids with their leaders and set them loose with a scavenger hunt. And I give them a photo scavenger hunt. Go and have a conversation with a stranger. Then they're going to take a picture with that person. Go and do something that nobody's ever done before in your group. Go and take a picture with one of you getting wet. You just let yourself think, but they're going to go out and they're going to explore. And what I also love to do in these kinds of experiences, I'm not spending any money on this field trip except a bus. So I've got some extra cash in my budget. What I love to do is actually get cash, or figure out a way to have, if you have purchase cards, or if you have any way to do that, to get the kids a little bit of a budget. And say, okay, not only do you have this experience, but you've got a little bit of money to work with. What can you guys do? Maybe even, take you guys selves to lunch today, and I'll come around and I'll pay for it. I don't know what your districts or your programs allow, but that kind of independence just makes kids feel so big. It makes them feel so adventurous, and they eat it up. I mean, remember, so many kids, 4th, 5th, 6th graders who oftentimes just didn't have the best attitudes. We go to this kind of a place and they get this day to just go out and be what they are craving to be, which is this sense of this adult-like, adventuring young person. And they look at me and they say, today was so much fun. I will remember this forever. And those are the kinds of experiences I want for all of us. So just begin to think about, where are big open spaces, those parks around, maybe it's just a local pond that you can go and explore. Maybe it's even a library or any of these kinds of places. They're not designed for groups, so they won't have a lot of crowds, but they have the space for you to go and for your kids to have an amazing summer experience. So, you're creative. You'll think of some awesome ideas. Let me know when you do, because I'd love to hear. Enjoy your planning.